Tonight we're learning new details about a case involving an elderly woman found dead in her Vero Beach home. The police report shows the victim's grandson admitted to killing her, then taking her car and her credit cards. Reporter Rachel Perry shares what else we know from that arrest report and why, despite the confession to police, the suspect has not yet been charged with murder.
A 911 call led investigators to this home through the gates of this community Monday, soon learning Patricia DeBella was dead inside and her grandson would claim responsibility. According to the police report, once on scene, deputies found Nicholas Ivy, DeBella's grandson, standing outside, telling officials his grandmother was dead. Investigators went inside, confirming Ivy's statement. Shortly after, the police report shows Ivy spontaneously told them he killed her after DeBella poked him in the back with a knife. When he was questioned, investigators say Ivy told them he killed his grandmother the day before by snapping her neck before punching and stomping on her head, moving her to her bed while he cleaned up the blood on the floor and put his clothes in the wash. The next day, while his grandmother lay dead in her bed, investigators say Ivy told them he took her car to the store and used her credit card to buy beer and cigarettes. When he returned, he called his father to tell him he had killed DeBella. Ivy was booked in the jail on several charges, including grand theft auto and fraudulent use of credit cards, but not murder. I asked the sheriff's office why. A spokesperson tells me, quote, the PC affidavit reflects the facts known at the time of the arrest. Formal murder charges are determined and filed as soon as certain evidence is processed. That process is still ongoing, saying they expect charges consistent with murder. In Vero Beach, Rachel Perry, WPBF 25 News.
New at 6, the family of a semi-truck driver who died in a crash that also killed a Highway Patrol trooper has reached a settlement with the Florida Highway Patrol and the trooper's estate. The driver's family had sued for wrongful death for the 2024 crash. The estate of Trooper Zachary Fink alleges the truck driver, Arsenio Moss, did not yield the right-of-way or move over while Fink was pursuing a speeding suspect on I-95 near Port St. Lucie. The patrol car and the semi-truck collided after Fink made a U-turn to go north in the southbound lane. He was trying to catch up to the suspect who had just made a U-turn and was driving in the opposite direction. Both Fink and Moss died in the crash. Details of the lawsuit settlement were not made public.
A warning to Florida families about the dangers that could be hiding in everyday foods, including bread. Governor DeSantis and First Lady Casey DeSantis revealed new state testing results today at Palm Beach State. Caleb Califano has more on what was found.
This is the third round of testing under the state's Healthy Florida First initiative. First, they started with baby formula, then candy. Now they've gone to bread. State leaders say testing found elevated levels of glyphosate, a common weed killer, in several popular bread brands. Glyphosate is the main ingredient in Roundup. The Florida Department of Health says they tested multiple products. They say some brands showed no detectable levels at all, others much higher. Officials say the goal is transparency.
The evidence overall is just really concerning. I mean, this is something that basically doesn't seem to have a safe level of exposure.
So what does this mean? The EPA is the one that issues regulations establishing the limits of the amount of pesticide chemical residue a food can contain. Right now, that limit ranges from 0.1 to 400 parts per million. It's important to note all the bread tested had significantly lower levels of glyphosate than is allowed by the EPA. Now the state has launched a website listing all the test results. They do say more testing is on the way. For now in Lake Worth Beach, Caleb Califano, WPBF 25 News.
A bill moving through the Florida legislature is drawing concern from Muslim advocates, why they fear students at some schools could be blocked from using voucher funding.
And go from winter to feeling like spring as we head into the weekend. We've got those beautiful beach days ahead. The rest of your forecast coming up. You're watching WPBF 25 News at 6.
You're watching WPBF 25 News, the most trusted news in the Palm Beaches and Treasure Coast.